America is an autonomous creature operating on the principles of trust, while everybody believes it's operating on the principles of commerce. The only people who can corroborate this information, probably in the purview of your vernacular and your vocabulary, are the judges and maybe some of the lawyers, but most of the lawyers can't. But if the lawyers study trust law and apply it to all business situations, which you can do from trust to business, but you can't do from business to trust, interestingly enough. But you can do from trust to business, then you will see that everything in America actually operates according to trust structure. Because when you look at, say, the monetary system of like something like, I don't know, Saudi Arabia, China, and you compare it to the structure over here in America, you'll see something quite interesting, actually. And that it operates a lot different than you would think. Something like GAAP, General Accepted Accounting Principles, don't necessarily work according to the same mechanisms that were taught to you in your public Christian school. And yet that is how America works. Are we supposed to pretend that it's not autonomous? Are we supposed to pretend that three branches of government aren't talking about my branches of government? I apologize if the book has been used incorrectly and you see it as religion and not metaphorical, so we can't use the principle of story to be able to communicate. But I'm pretty sure that nigga in the book that everybody prays to when they get kind of shaky, kind of shook, he told y'all that there was three. There was a trinity. I'm quite certain, actually, that that's what happened. I'm quite certain that when we talk about the legislative, the executive, and the judicial, we're talking about the three centers of gravity that they talk about in physics and how we balance the three-body problem. I'm quite sure that that's what's happening, because I got over 100% in government. And I knew it was talking about my government. The book also says that the kingdom of heaven is within. Conversely, or if we look on the other side or another way, it means that the kingdom of hell is without. But this is 2025. We could upgrade it. So the government of hell is without, and that's who you believe Trump to be. And the government of heaven is within. If we use the governmental structure of without and reflect it within, then we can see that we have a balanced structure still. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's all the same. Ain't it all the same? Oh, but you got caught into the stomach. You got colonialized by the colon. So your cellular structure believes yourself to be physical. Oh, you forgot. You forgot your origin point in the center. You forgot where most of your identity lies, in the mind. And you believe yourself to be a physical creature. Well, you have to be treated a certain way now. And you know what they call that in America, in this autonomous unit? They call it a citizen. You know what we used to call it? A slave. Because y'all think it's about, like, mobility. It's not. It's about how much money they take from y'all. A slave is identified based on the wage that you make. You output work. It's already measured according to the caloric unit. And that work is going to have a reflection that's only going to have a small modification based on, like, where you're located, time of the year, maybe, like, that's it, time of the day, maybe, you know. And that caloric, it's all calculated according to the corporations. You can calculate every step somebody takes. What do you think AI is for? And then based off of that calculation, whatever you negotiate yourself to be is going to determine whether you're a slave or not. Because if we really keep going into this is autonomous, and all the American debt is you negotiating bad contract. You negotiate bad contract in America. So when you buy a car, you pay a finance charge, $8,000 more. When you buy a house, that house didn't cost you, bro. The house does not cost $300,000, $1 million to make. It doesn't even cost the $200,000 that the contractor's trying to pay you. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't cost that much. So when the materials cost something, then you get charged a surplus for the idea, which is the credit. You get taxed for that shit because you're not balancing it. Money is about balance, but you think money is about accumulation because you're colonized. But what happens if the whole world goes under colonization at the whole time? Who gets out first? The free man. The free man, the man who can't be colonized, gets out first. But y'all been calling me free the whole time. And I got precedent of what you do to me whenever we call ourselves free. You try to put us over here on this reservation, and the people of the reservation kick us out, and now we got to go into the world and make our own. But that was the whole point the whole time. So whatever. We just not going to do it bashfully this time. We're not going to do it in shame. We're not going to do it in fear. We're not going to do it, especially not in ignorance and not in knowledge. Like, we know what the fuck is going on. We understand who we are in relation to the people of the sun. We the people of the sun. This whole society is based on the people of the moon, but we the people of the sun. So we're going to operate according to that principle, as if we are the people of the sun. And it's really that simple. Because that's what y'all be looking at me like. Y'all be looking at me like, oh, he's one. He knows. Of course I know. You can't keep us all in the dark. We created it. But you know where all the light is? It's in the dark. All the light is in the dark. Some of the light is in the light. But all of the light is in the dark, and it will all come to light. Duh. Duh. America's a computer. You gotta stand up and tell yourself that you're like bigger than you are in order for you to get your place in life. But once you do, you see that it works. You create confident schemes in your mind. You become a con man for yourself, and then you can move into whatever reality you want. And then the hard part actually is resetting your identity after you've become rich, so that you can move on to the next thing, because you can't have any attachments. And you realize that at the beginning when you're making the journey from poor to rich. But once you become rich again, you want to hold on to it. You want to hold on to the knowledge. You want to hold on to the money. You want to hold on to all this stuff, and you can't really do that. That's not how it works. No attachments. Not if you want to be a resonant being. You know what I'm saying? That's the last part too. We can talk about this with the scientific terms. I can say the Christos, or I can say somebody whose perception resonates so that anything around him comes true. Because unfortunately, that's the path that you're on, whether you're red, yellow, black, or white, whether you want good shit or whether you want bad shit. And I mean this to the bottom of my heart. Whether you want the exact opposite thing of me, it doesn't matter. Principles are principles. You can learn how to use them. That's the secret. Because principles are neutral. Anyway, love to peace to love. And I'm gonna go get some sunlight. Adios.